Hey y'all, it's me Edie Hill 1988, and I'm here to do a vlog that is, I guess, a tad bit different than the norm for me. I was asked to talk about being dark-skinned and confident. And y'all know my page isn't racially anything. Like, we don't talk about race on our channel for a reason. But anyway, so I'll talk about all that in a second. But a young woman, I'm not going to mention who she is, she messaged me. And she pretty much said, I guess I'm going to summarize her letter to me. But she said that she is like my complexion, I suppose. And she is the darkest person in her family. And like no boys at school like her because they say she's so dark, blah, blah, blah. So she's pretty much, not blah, 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 not that her letter is a blah, blah, blah letter, but all the things you hear as a dark-skinned woman, you're too dark for this, you're too dark for that, that kind of thing. And pretty much how she doesn't seem, I guess, or feel accepted by society. And she thinks that I'm just the most confident person in the world, I guess. Or I guess she just thinks I'm confident in my dark skin. And she wants, I guess, some pointers, some tips, I suppose. So yeah. And I've gotten that so much over the 6 years that I've been on YouTube. It is insane. I've had so many people message me, and I type, a little response to them. But I guess I'll finally make a video response for, everyone that has this question, I suppose. Because I do get it very often. But, okay, so she's pretty much, I guess, wanting tips or pointers on being confident. And I guess I'll give you a little backstory with me. Yes, I am considered dark-skinned, obviously. But it's funny, not as funny, but I guess it's kind of, not weird, but I see so many women with my complexion that have, that grow up hating themselves or hating the way they look or having people tell them that they're ugly, that kind of thing. And I thank God that my mother, and I'll insert a picture of her here. But yeah, as you can see, I look nothing like my mom. But my mom, since I can remember, like, she would always tell us how beautiful we were, how smart we were, that kind of thing. So we never felt like our dark skin was a bad thing. And I honestly feel like it starts at home. As you can see, my mother is definitely a lighter complexion than me. And we had people in school telling me that we were adopted. I remember even coming home and questioning her because people would pick on us in school saying we were adopted, even though she clearly had baby pictures of us. But people would tell us that we were adopted, and there was no way that was our mom. Just like all kinds of hateful, crazy stuff. We were adopted. Of course, called the N-word multiple times. Not of course, but that did happen to us. We were called that. I remember being on the school bus and having my hair pulled and being called darky. And I remember I'm 5'7.5" now. I was like 5'6" in the 5th grade, y'all. So I remember all the little boys calling us the Jolly Black Giants. And when I say us, I say my twin sister and I. We were both tall and dark skinned, obviously. So we were called the Jolly Black Giants. Just like really hateful, just mean stuff. And you want to say stuff that kids say, but it's not even stuff that kids say. It's stuff that their parents teach them. Because my kids would never see someone that was my complexion and call them a Jolly Black Giant. You know what I mean? So but I thank God. I think my confidence honestly comes from my mom telling me that I was beautiful no matter what. And that's pretty much, and I hate to say it seems so simple, but I do feel like it starts at home. I feel like if you don't have that foundation from the beginning, then you may end up with some sort of complex or feeling like you're not good enough because society will tell you that if it ain't light, it ain't right, or, the darker you are, the uglier you are, no matter what, you can be the most beautiful dark-skinned woman ever created, but if you're dark, then you're automatically ugly to some people. And I guess with me, I learned at an early age to say, screw society, is what I've said. I've had people tell me, even on YouTube, like, oh, you're too dark to wear that lip color. You're too dark to have your hair that color. And it feels, you honestly just have to get to a point where you just say, screw people, like, screw everybody. I know, and it seems like that's like, it seems like that comes with confidence, but I feel like that came way before way before I even knew what confidence was, if that makes sense. Like, my sense of screw people, they're weird, I'm gonna do me, came way before people started calling me darky or Jolly Black Giant. You know what I mean? Like, and when you think about it, like, it seems so silly. Like, you have to think about people saying, oh, you're ugly because you're dark. Like, when you really, like, break it down and someone says you're ugly because the color of your skin, it's honestly laughable. So you also have to learn to just laugh at ignorant people, basically, and just know that you're the smartest person in the room, is what it is. So when you feel that way, like if people say, oh, you're too dark to wear that lipstick, or oh, you're too dark to do this and that, or you're not attractive because you're dark, you just have to look at them and say, oh my God, like, they are really you honestly just have to feel sorry for them. And when you get that mindset, then you got to think people like that won't faze you. And like I said, I know it's easier said than done because she's a young girl and she's in school and she's wanting all these different boys to like her and that kind of thing. And I remember being there. I remember, like I said, I grew up dark, so not a lot of boys would approach me, or they would approach me on the DL, like they would send me little messages, or like little, do you like me, yes or no stuff, and then they would say we dated, and then like if somebody found out, they would say, oh, I dated for 5 minutes, that kind of thing, like pretty much try to humiliate me. And I learned early in life to say, screw people. Like, there's somebody that's gonna love my huge lips and my little, as John calls it, my little puppy nose that he adores. There's somebody that's gonna love you for you. There's somebody that's gonna love my big eyes, my flat pug nose, my huge lips, my chubby cheeks. Like, there's somebody that's going to love me, and I obviously found someone that loved it. So, and it's funny because a lot of the guys that I went to school with that would say I was ugly and I was this and I was that, by the time I got to college, they were messaging me saying that they were in love with me, and they've always been in love with me. So, I say that to say this, as my mom says. I say that to say this. Take it with a grain of salt. I know it's easy to say. I know you feel like the most popular boy in the school that you might have your eye on doesn't like you because of the way you look. Forget it. Like, and it's so funny because she's like in high school, and I'm like, oh my God, like high school. Like, I know what it felt like, and I know this is probably going to go in one ear and out the other because homecoming's coming up, or something's coming up and she doesn't feel popular right now. But I'm letting you know, oh my God, it's just high school. And I had that mindset in high school. And that's honestly what saved me, because I probably would have gone to a deep depression with people calling me ugly and this and that. And I remember just being in like 8th or 9th grade and being like, oh my God, it's not that serious. Like, we're not going to be in this small town forever. And my God, it went by so fast. And I'm here now. And I have, like I said, I have people messaging me saying they're in love with me. The same people that called me Jolly Button Johnny or said I was too dark to do this or too dark to be that. And they're messaging me saying they're in love with me. So a lot of times too, I know this isn't the case for everybody, but a lot of times too, the people that pick on you the most are secretly in love with you, girl. So there might be a guy saying you're too dark for him, you're too this and that, but he's going home and fantasizing about you at night. So, but it's just that society tells him not to like you, but he's secretly in love with you. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, you will find somebody that absolutely adores everything about your beautiful skin, and that's all I want you to understand. I'm like, oh my God, it's just skin. And I know that's, like I said, I know that's, it's easy for me to say, and I seem so confident, so this and that. And I mean, I'm not the most confident person in the world, but I do feel like I'm very, very realistic, and I see people for who they are, and I don't entertain foolishness. I don't entertain nonsense. And I learned at a very young age, and maybe this wasn't the case for you, and I mean, I don't know but I think with you saying you're the darkest person in your family and all that kind of stuff, I honestly, if you're feeling that way, there may be some kind of complex because you're feeling like people in your family didn't value your skin enough, because you automatically made the distinction of, I'm the darkest person in the family. So maybe you're not treated equally, I suppose, because of your skin. Maybe, I'm not trying to associate your family or anything. I'm just saying it may be something even subconsciously that they do that, they don't realize, like, or even saying, yeah, she's the darkest one. They don't realize that may mess up your psyche. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, I think it starts at home, and I think with my mom just saying, y'all are beautiful no matter what. She didn't say you're beautiful because you're dark, you're beautiful because you're this, you're beautiful because you're that. She just said you're beautiful, you're special. And we grew up believing that. I could have been the ugliest thing walking. You couldn't tell me I wasn't everything because my mama said it. So, and what mama says goes. So I honestly feel like it starts at home, and I pray that you are getting that at home, but I kind of feel like you aren't. I'm not trying to offend you, but one of the first things you said was, I'm the darkest person in my family, which leads me to believe that you are being singled out, or you at least feel singled out, or don't feel equal. I'm not going to say special, because just because you're the darkest person in your family doesn't mean you're special. But I feel like since you don't look like everyone else, you automatically feel like an outcast, and you shouldn't feel that way no matter what. So, but getting back to the confidence, I do feel like it starts at home, and you can always start being confident today. That's the main thing. Like, people feel like you got to wait a lifetime to learn to be confident. No, like, I speak things to existence, I feel. And a lot of times too, even if you don't feel the most confident, just say, you know what, I'm confident today. And if you have that mindset, like, you will attract people that feed off of that. You know what I mean? Like, you won't be attracted to negativity. Like, if you go into a place feeling like, oh my God, I'm the darkest one, oh my God, people are going to say something about it, you're going to attract that negativity. You're going to draw it toward you. And so if you go in saying, I'm confident, I'm beautiful, you're going to draw that to you. People are going to feel that, because I've also had people in my YouTube comments, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that. I don't entertain it. And then I have people that tell me, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I say, thank you. So it's not like I'm conceited or I don't think I'm this or that, but it's just like you have to entertain the positivity and not the negativity all the time, because the more it's like the law of attraction. The more you entertain the positive, the more positive will come your way. If you entertain the foolishness, the, oh, she's too dark to wear that lipstick, too dark to wear blonde hair, too dark to do this and do that, you will constantly have people telling you that, and you will look for it in people and they will say it to you. You get what I'm saying? So go in saying, you know what, I'm confident, I'm special. I mean, if nothing else, I'm me. And you will attract that. People will see that in you. And maybe the boy that you like might come around, maybe he won't. If not, whatever, that's his loss. You will attract people that love you for you and that value the way you look. And I don't know what you look like, but I'm gonna tell you you're beautiful because you are. Like, who's to tell you you aren't? Like, it's just, they're just words. They're just people. Some people look at me and think I'm absolutely gorgeous. Some people look at me and think I'm the most hideous thing in the world. I don't care. Like, I just don't care. And it's not a confidence thing. Like I said, it's just knowing people and knowing that they're not going to be in your casket with you. They're not going to be at the pearly gates with you. So who gives a crap what they think? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're going to pay for your funeral or pay for your bills. So who cares if somebody thinks you're ugly? Moving on. And like, and it's just, and I'm hoping this puts a little confidence in you. Like, it's not that serious. Not even that serious. It's not serious at all. It's really not. And like I said, I'm sure things have happened, because like I said, you say you're the darkest person in your family. So, I mean, I'm sure it started somewhere. It's not just, oh, you just woke up today feeling like you're dark and ugly. You know what I mean? But you're dark and lovely. There you go. But it's not like you just woke up today feeling like, oh, I'm the ugliest thing in the world. I'm sure there have been a series of events, a sequence of events that have led you to feel like, okay, dark is ugly. And that's not the case. It's just not. So, how am I confident? I don't care what people think about me. And that is a great feeling when you 100%, I think that's Kai bugs. Okay, I'm going to cut this short. But here's my bug. What were we talking about, bug? I think we were talking about confidence. I think. Oh, yeah. I think I was saying, how am I confident? I just don't care what people think about me. And that's, I know it seems so easy to say, but when you 100% get to the point where you're like, people are just people. Everyone has an opinion. And who cares? I mean, and that can start today. That doesn't have to start at birth or having your mom tell you you're beautiful. Like, you can start today after you see this video to say, you know what? They're just people. Who cares what they think? Like, they're not going to die with me. They're not going to pay my bills, that kind of thing. Like, when you feel that way, then you honestly just don't care what people have to say about you. You don't care what people are doing to you. Not that people should treat you mean, but I feel like you want to attract the negativity that you're seeking because you won't be focused on it. When you're not focused on the negative. I mean, I'm not going to say that nobody will ever call you ugly or dark again. I'm not saying that. But if they do, you'll be able to at least say, okay, well, that's just their opinion, moving on. You won't let it scathe you so much. You won't let it ruin your day. And that kind of thing could ruin your day. It could ruin your week, year, whatever. Like, just don't let people steal your joy. And just remember, they're just people. So that is how I'm dark-skinned and confident. I think if I were white and confident or whatever and confident, I would be confident. Like, I think no matter what, I'm just confident. And yeah, that's just, and it's just because I choose to be. You just have to choose to be confident. You have to choose to love yourself, and you have to choose to just not care about what people think about you, because yeah, you just have to choose. You have to decide to be happy. And so yeah. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. This is kind of rambly for me. This is like off the cuff. I didn't have anything written down like I probably should have. I had key points in mind. I don't think I hit them all, so there may be a part 2. I'm not sure. I don't want to dwell on it too much, because I do feel like I got my point across. But so yeah. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know. And what is it, bugs? And you're beautiful. So say bye-bye, bugs. Say bye-bye. All right, bye, y'all.